Hey, internet.
Ayo.
How you doing? Guys having a great week?
Oh, we're sorry for the delay. We've been having technical issues within the community. We've had some power outages and we're still suffering the effects apparently
Mm-hmm.
from other
Always a lovely
areas.
thing.
So thank you for bearing with us and waiting almost 30 minutes for us to be able to start. We appreciate it.
It's kind of funny that there was a wait because the
I could have
movie.
took longer on my hair and my makeup if I would have known this.
It's funny. It's funny
I
that
rushed.
there was a wait
It took me
though.
5 minutes, y'all. I swear I was rushing.
But listen, that's all symmetry because the movie we're doing tonight had a lot of waiting, suspense, rushing, moving pieces, and yeah, kept everything on its toes. The movie we're reviewing and referring to is the movie Uncut Gems, which
You think it kept us on our toes?
it kept me on my toes. It definitely kept me on my toes. So I was like in suspense almost the whole time. This is a movie that it was kind of like a sleeper thing. It kind of came out.
Speaking of sleepy, I'm sleepy. I'm tired.
Yeah, no, this movie was like it came out in like the end of the summer last year.
It came out, August.
Yeah, last August. I heard a little bit about it. One of the things I heard most about it was Adam Sandler's performance. This was like getting him a lot of praise. Everyone's like, "Oh, Adam Sandler has been slept on as an actor. He's one of the greatest actors of our time right now. Well, not of our time, but he's such a great actor. How are so many people not realizing this and X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z." And I can't say I haven't seen Adam Sandler in some good dramatic roles, but the way they were talking, Punch Drunk Love was definitely.
I didn't see that.
I saw it, and Spanglish. I saw Spanglish. Was it?
I didn't see that either.
I saw it.
You know what's crazy?
Those are old
the Adam
movies,
Sandler movies that I've seen, he's always been playing
all his comedies.
Man, like I said, he would play like he was a special person in the movie. So I can't. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely phones it in his comedies, but I mean, Uncut Gems is definitely an example of Adam Sandler at peak.
So?
I think so.
But you know
what, I think his acting in this was phenomenal.
I think that his acting is still similar to me of other characters that he's played. Like I still see the other characters in there, and I'm just, and that's what I was hesitant to watch the movie. I'm like, bro, like, now that I'm older, I mean, I liked Adam Sandler, but like I said, he was like one of the people who always played like this certain type of role. So I mean, it is different seeing him in this type of movie in particular, but in some sense, he's still, I still feel like he's still like in those roles.
Yeah, I don't know. This for me, and I guess I'll get into it a little more later, but for me, this, like, I didn't even think of it as Adam Sandler in this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think of it like usual Adam Sandler. Like he embodied the character so much. I was like, is this based on a true story? Like, was this a real person? Because he plays it to a point where it's like, if this wasn't a real person, it's like
But you know what though? I think it might be like this because I was reading and at first they didn't want him, his manager, whoever, didn't want him to have the role.
Really? Yeah. Tell me more.
So Adam Sandler, after a while, because I think it was supposed to come out in 2016, I believe. I have to pull up my facts, but it was supposed to come out a while ago, and they asked him to do the role. Yeah. But like I said, his manager refused the role without him even reading it, so he went back and read it and decided to do it. Oh. So I'm sure.
I think that's
what I think that ties into like the manager knowing what he's good at, or assuming that he knows what he's good at, and wanting him to keep this particular image. So he's pretty much stepping outside the box with what people thought he couldn't do.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. It was supposed to come out in May 2016. Wow. Yeah. I mean, and this movie has such good talent attached to it.
Matter of fact, they conceived the film in 2009 and approached Adam Sandler to star. However, his manager rejected the film script before Sandler got a chance to read it. Yeah. Interesting.
I can't imagine anyone. Well.
And if I'm wrong, you can feel free to correct me.
I can't imagine anyone at this point doing this role other than Adam Sandler. I can't. I mean, other people could have done it, but I think he brings this unique
it's different
flavor
it's
to
different
it.
for him.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm just so used to seeing him like Rose, like little Nikki, and
yeah.
It wasn't Daddy's Daycare. It was the one where he had the son. No.
Wait, Daddy's Boy? That's My Boy? Something like that.
I don't know. I can't remember the name of the movie. But the one where he had
all the raunchy comedies
he was
with
peeing
Adam
outside. And
yeah,
stuff.
I think that was That's My Boy.
That was not called That's My Boy.
I think that's what it's called.
I'm so sorry.
Well, while we do a fact check on that, yeah, this movie is surrounded by like a lot of talent. That was definitely the point I was about to say. This movie is surrounded by a lot of talent. Produced by Martin Scorsese, which I mean, by now that's like a household name for elitism in film. Then you have Lakeith Stanfield.
It's Big Daddy. Big Daddy.
Oh, that one. I thought you were talking about the other one.
I forgot he was in Click too, but I didn't really, like I said, like after a while I got tired of the way he was acting. It was like I said, it's pretty much the same.
After a while, his comedies, he was just kind of phoning them in, like, hey, I'm Adam Sandler. I'm just gonna do this thing and then get my money.
I'm gonna do what I'm known for. Ha ha ha! I'm here. Yeah. Like that was annoying after a while. So
yeah.
I was just like, you know what?
I agree. With it. Yeah, it's a lot of good. I mean, he elevates certain parts of the movie. I feel like he does really good because, like I mentioned earlier, this film. I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about this film, saying it was so stressful. I was like, how stressful could this be? It's very tense.
But
I wouldn't say stressful. It's tense, especially like that last act. It's real tense.
Once again, I was reading, and that's kind of what the thing was. Like it was like the way the people wanted the movie to be. The directors. I'm not gonna say the people. The way they wanted the movie to be portrayed, it was pretty much, intense.
Yeah,
and it says right here, are conveying total anxiety, stress, mania through the extreme action, act of full cinema sound.
Yeah, and they do that very well. It was one particular scene that really caught me because I'm so into cinematography on that, was when they were trying to get the door open and they kept following one person going to the office to get something to open the door and follow them in the office and back out the office, and the whole time like the sound on the people trying to get in the door, it fades and comes back in, and it's just so manic. You feel so tight and condensed in that space with them, so you feel like you're trying to help them get the door open and walking into the office. It just feels like you're in that tiny set with all the actors and trying to get the door open, and it adds a lot of tension to it. And I think through their cinematography they add it, and then the music in the movie
while you was thinking about that during that scene, I was like, why is he does the door really do that? Like, is it really stuck, or is he holding it off for some reason? Yeah,
and that's
figuring all that other stuff.
But that's another good point of attention, because at a certain point I thought that too. Like, is he purposely doing this with the door, trying to get back at Damani? Is he perfectly doing that? Was that how you say his name? Damani?
D-Money.
Played by Lakeith Stanfield, who, I mean, this is another one of his roles that's like really solidifying him as a really great black actor. You exposed yourself, not me.
I don't care. It is what it is.
But yeah,
first of all, just to take a side note, we are in a pandemic. I am struggling with my hair. So y'all please bear with me. I'm not a big wearer of
date this video. Why don't
I wear natural? I like natural, as in my hair with a haircut, a fade on the side and the design. But I'm not able right now, so bear with me.
But you still look great.
If it looks crooked, tell me.
But you look great.
If it's messed up, just tell me. That was just a side note. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. We all know, okay, you gotta do what you gotta do right now.
Okay.
The pretty little thing don't come off, y'all.
Okay,
anyway, back to the movie. I'm just saying, it is what it is. You might catch you with another one.
So anyway, going back with the tension of the film and everything, it worked. That's really what worked great about it. Just making you think like, okay, is Adam Sandler's character, Howard Ratner?
Because
is he
the
doing
movie
these
was
things on
actually on
purpose?
Netflix. Yeah, it was on Netflix for a little while, and I was like, I don't know. Like I kept seeing it, and I'm like, I don't know. This might be an Adam Sandler joint. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and on the flip side of what she felt about it, I was hearing a lot about this film, about how it was such a great film, how it was so good. Even prior to this year, like last year when it came out, I was hearing so much about how it was a really good film.
Because it came out in theaters, and you know, I think that this might have been.
But it had such a short run. I think it had like one of the shortest runs.
I want
to
say
summer.
This might have been one that we may have thought about seeing. That's
probably,
what I want to say,
probably.
But I'm not 100% sure.
I do know it was up for like a lot of Oscar talk about giving him an award.
Cheryl said he was good in this movie.
He was very good.
I had to take my mindset out of usual Adam Sandler. Like I said, I'm already giving him like a role, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's not fair to actually do that, to, you know, already portray like, okay, this is what I did. I'm just used to this. So I think it was really a struggle for me to get my mind out of what I'm used to based off of what the movies I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
To, you know, so that was, you know, it was a little bit harder. That's why, you know, I watched it again, try to give him, and I'm like, you know, and then, you know, I was searching for the old Adam Sandler just to be like, I knew it, you know, I knew he couldn't just hang on and try to do some stupid shit or something, you know. That's what I was thinking, but you know, I think he portrayed who he was trying to portray, because he was a Jew, I believe.
Yeah,
he was a Jew. So.
Well, Adam Sandler is Jewish,
but I mean, I'm talking about like, in the movie.
No, I'm saying like, you know, he Jewed it up.
They had, you know, KG in the movie. Yeah, which he actually played a big role.
That was
he actually played a bigger role, because usually they just give him a little
cameo thing. Yeah, he was good in it, and I would say he's the best.
Waterboy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like stuff like Waterboy, like I'm like, bruh, please.
I think KG had one of the best athlete actor transitions since, I don't want to say, because he did it wasn't just Michael Jordan.
But you know what? I'm gonna say he did well, but you could also tell when he was trying to, you know, find.
No, I mean the tension that KG brought to the movie. I think everyone in this movie brought a level of tension that was like, that just made the movie just feel naturally tense, which again, you said that was the intention.
It's talking about so intense
because
you can't think about it though. The movie it pretty much spans over. I want to say a week. I can't remember because he was like, okay, I can get it by Friday. So you definitely know events pretty much happened.
It definitely transpires.
This movie is pretty much his last days. Mm-hmm. What led up to, you know, his death.
Yeah.
When you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I spoiled it, yeah, but you don't know how. So anyway, yeah, he was, and that's what I'm saying. Like, but you can tell when he was like trying not to be like, you know, okay, and that's what they do, because that's what they do with a lot of like basketball players or singers when they throw them in movies, or you know, somebody who's already noted for something. They always try to give them a more natural role.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, even though he knew he was playing a natural role, he still had to act.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like the coaching that went behind that, and the direction that went behind that,
and like even with him betting on the jewel, like it was still natural. Like a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, and then like even like his just regular interactions with Adam Sandler's character.
Yeah,
I mean, especially in the end when they were sitting there and he was asking, "Well, how'd you get this? You know, how much money did you pay for this?" Like it was all like, it was natural. It was natural. Yeah, it came natural. Like a lot of athletes don't really hold that ability to really act well. A lot of non-actors don't hold that ability to really act well a lot.
I don't know if this was his first movie.
I think this might have been his first major role in the movie.
Because if it was, I want to say he did well to say that this could have been one of his first roles.
Yeah, he did. There's a scale I'm gonna use. There's Michael Jordan in Space Jam, and I don't know any other. I'm trying to think of other athletes who've been in movies.
But then in Space Jam 2, you also had other basketball players who Muggsy.
Okay, we'll go like this. We'll go from Michael Jordan in Space Jam between Michael Jordan in Space Jam and LeBron James and Trainwreck.
Bro, no.
Because remember LeBron James and Trainwreck?
Bro,
how funny he was?
You might as well say Shaq and, what was it, Shazam?
No, because that's on the bad scale.
No.
Oh, okay, let's take it all the way down to the bad scale. He was in Kazam.
Oh, it's Kazam. I'm talking about Shazam.
Everyone makes that mistake. Common mistake.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, so he's between...
Yeah, he isn't, like, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a scale of Shaq and Kazam.
I agree.
Shaq and Kazam and LeBron and Trainwreck, because LeBron was really funny in Trainwreck.
Yeah, he was in his natural state
Hilarious.
in Space Jam as well. Braun was good.
Yeah, LeBron was natural. LeBron was hilarious in that movie.
And Braun was good.
He was. So I heard what you called him. So he was.
Braun was in that movie holding it down.
I think KG was definitely like LeBron. Yeah, I used it. I'm gonna ruin it for you.
You did ruin it. But anyways, I don't know. But I would say if I had to rank Braun, Mike, I couldn't call him Mike. Okay, my man KG and Shaq. I would probably rate KG first. I think I would do.
No,
KG
we're going from
first.
worst to best though.
No, I'm going from best to worst.
You're going from best to worst?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah. So I think I would do KG first. That's funny. KG. Then I would say Braun, Mike, and then
I mean, we all knew Shaq was class.
We all knew. Look, should we just throw him out?
No, but then Shaquille O'Neal was also in a lot of Adam Sandler.
Shaq was the worst. Okay, so how would you rate him? How would you rate Kate?
Well, I mean, obviously Shaq
from best to worst. So it's gonna be K. So we're gonna take Shaq out. So it's gonna be KG, Braun, and Mike. How would you rate them?
I'm gonna right now.
And that's for our viewers as well.
Yeah, for our viewers as well. I'm definitely gonna put KG right now. I want to see KG in another movie. I would see Kevin Garnett in another movie.
Okay, I think I only saw Braun in one movie though.
Yeah, he's only been in one movie.
Okay, so I'm basing.
So they're one for one now.
Yeah.
They're both 1 for 1. Now LeBron has Space Jam 2 next year, which will solidify his acting as either really good or still needs some improvement. Especially since he's going to be acting alongside cartoons, which
all
is
this
not
time
always
now, he could have had
easy.
some little extra training in.
Yeah, especially if he's producing the film, he might as well.
And I'm sure he probably has.
Yeah, so so let's see if LeBron can go 2 for 2, and maybe KG can also get a chance to go 2 for 2. Getting back to this immediate film at hand, though, we never explained to the people what this movie's about. It's about a Jewish American jeweler and gambling addict.
Got it, man.
In New York City's Diamond District,
like in a drug lord. Wait, I'm just because I'm reading the comments because I want to keep them engaged as well.
Yeah.
But KG, like a drug lord movie. Well, yeah, I could kind of see him doing that, but then I don't really want to place him in that type of movie because to me that's a little stereotypic.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Braun as a lawyer. Let me see. Braun as a lawyer.
No, I don't know. He has not. LeBron James has not been in a serious movie for me to judge him in a serious movie. He's been in a comedy for me to judge him as a comedy. So I can judge LeBron James as a comedian and nothing else. Just like right now, I can judge Kevin Garnett as a serious actor and nothing else. So I'm gonna need to definitely see more. But that's where I stand.
Let's just say if they were to just sporadically be in those roles, would they be able to do it?
I still can honestly not see LeBron James.
But that's what I'm saying too. That goes back to the whole thing with Adam Sandler being in this particular role. You don't think that this person is able to do it, Yeah. So now, we pretty much judging based off of this. So that's what I'm saying sporadically. Like just up out of nowhere, that was his first role. You never saw him act or whatever. Mm-hmm. Do you think that he could pull it off? Or do you want to do it based on the movies he's been in?
I mean, well,
he's gangster.
Well, I mean, just harking on Adam Sandler just a little bit more. I mean, even outside of his the more serious movies that I've named from him, there was also the movie, I forgot what year it came out, but it was called Funny People, and it was from that comedian director Judd Apatow.
Girl, I don't know how to do this thing. Please. Okay. Gotta hold it. I don't know.
Dude,
I'm trying to laugh.
They know you laughed.
All right. I was trying to laugh at the comment I liked, but I don't know.
Soon this will all be obsolete. We'll be on a completely different platform.
I'm just saying.
Don't date our videos.
Don't date them. They can look it up and date them.
You don't know what that means yet. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, with Adam Sandler, he was in a movie called Funny People, and that was more of a serious movie than it was a comedy. And that's a moment where I kind of was able to see him in a serious role too. So I mean, I don't know.
So
I don't know, and I guess.
Okay,
I mean, everyone's gonna subvert expectations, I guess. I mean,
yeah, his personality, yeah. So, but okay, so we talked about what the movie was about, right? We told the people.
I mean, I kind of did. I mean, pretty much he's a gambling addict in New York City. I was, and then you were
dead way.
No,
all right, go ahead.
You were interacting with people, which was awesome.
Like I always do. But anyway.
Yeah, so he has to pretty much retrieve an expensive gem that he purchased to pay off his debts. And so I mean that's pretty much what it's about.
In New York's Diamond District. That is his shop. He pretty much has his own shop.
Mm-hmm.
And he, sells jewelry. And then the crazy thing, he has a wife and a girlfriend.
No. They were going through divorce.
But he's still married.
Okay. Well, they were separated. They were separated because he had an affair. They don't really delve too much into it, which I like.
Yeah. So they pretty much kept it at,
Yeah. It was one of those things that kind of like revealed itself as the movie went along, which again plays into the way this movie is supposed to make you feel. Just having things being revealed about him and then having things happen at the exact same time you figure these things out. So I mean it's
and then like I said, he's owes money to people, and so his way of trying to pay people back is pretty much grabbing this and selling it here. Hold this for me.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pawn this, and give me about $80,000 for it, and I'll give you the $80,000 back on Friday, and you give me back what I just gave to you, and it's all different types of
pretty much keep deals. Putting off dates and stuff. Like I'm gonna get it to you here, and I'm gonna get it to you then, and then don't get it. Then he's having pretty much the
Then he gambles on the basketball games, which he's really good at that. He's really good at that.
But I think
I didn't know.
But my whole thing, I think that he had to have been bad somewhere for him to be in debt to people. Or if he wasn't bad somewhere, he pretty much was like, well, I can double this. But he didn't take it and bet on the game. He probably tried to do something else with it. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah. The calls he makes on the games though, that he made on the games are like really good. Like he was really good at that. Like it kind of opened my eyes to, is there really that much complexity in sports games, like with people betting and stuff like that? And how do I stay as far away from it as possible?
How far away? You need to get up on that.
I mean, look, I'm good at calling games, from a distance, but I'm afraid to actually call them for money because I've seen what happens. I've seen enough of what happens with sports bets to know that I don't want anything to do with that. So, yeah. And with the sport bets though, like I mentioned the final act earlier, like the last probably like 10, 15 minutes. I mentioned that. That was that's what really had me on the edge of my seat. That's when he was betting on that last game and he had them locked in the thing because the door wasn't working.
But you know what though?
And he was like the game was progressing, and that was probably an actual game that aired in 2012. So people who watch basketball, I just keep up with the statistics, like the scores and everything. I don't actually watch the games. But for people who watch the games, that was probably so much easier for them to get through because they already knew that the Celtics were going to win that game. So they had that luxury. Me, I did not have that luxury. So I was like, oh my God, are they going to win this game? I should look it up right now, but I don't want to take my eyes off the screen because I want to see how this plays out.
I was also thinking that, you know, when he had the people locked in there in that particular scene and he thought they was calling to get his wife, I think the man was actually on the phone setting him up for the end.
You think so?
Now that I think about it, I was like, you know what?
Oh, wait, hold on. Before you continue, I made a point that the game was from 2012. This movie takes place in the year 2012.
Yeah.
It doesn't take place in present day. It takes place in 2012. So, yeah. So you were saying? I just felt like the need to point that out.
But I feel that when he had them locked in there, that when he thought they was calling for the wife and, you know, the family and stuff, that they wasn't calling for them.
I thought they were calling for the girl, too. The girlfriend? I thought they were like calling because then you see all the people in the casino walk in and start watching her.
But he was kind of like reading old boy lips too. Because he was a little frantic. He was like, don't go there, don't go there. And I don't think that, you know, they was actually calling for that. Because the man that, Phil, he works for, what's the man, Arno?
Yeah. He
works for him. So he had to have the
and that relationship isn't really explained much either. That's something I was a little confused about.
They're the do boys.
No, I'm talking about like with Arno and Adam Sandler's character.
He owed him money.
That was like literally because remember like they were at like a family function together too. So like were they somehow related as well, like through like maybe like marriage or something? Because then you know, they were doing the Passover and
but see he was watching him too to see because like I said the man owed him money. So he's like I'm trying to see what his moves are.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not sure of Jewish culture and how that stuff works.
No, because they said he married somebody in the I don't know how all that was. That's the only thing I was like unclear about. But I mean I'm fine with that, but I mean, if I were to nitpick on this movie, I would say like some of the things were a little underdeveloped, but I mean, with like a 2 hour and 19-minute runtime, I mean, I wouldn't want this movie to really be 3 hours. I'd probably end up having a panic attack.
I don't think I so much had like a panic attack during the movie. Like I said, the most for me was the end, which was a twist for me because I didn't expect that to happen. Yeah,
that was a twist. That was. I
thought it was gonna be cool on it, and and that's what makes me believe that you know that was that conversation. Because like I said, you a do boy.
Yeah.
Because you saw when he pretty much roughed him up at the fountain, you was a do boy. Somebody told you to do that. Like you just can't sit there and knock off money without the okay. Yeah. So it was pretty much like, bro, we just gonna go. He probably was like, bro, we're going to go find a girl. That's what he told him on the phone. And then at the end of it, just kill him. Okay. That's what I'm assuming. Sense. Because they were there for her at the end. Yeah. So it's like, okay. And like I said, she was smart about it. Yeah. Yeah. So, she knew what was going on. Yeah. You know what? Another part of this, too, I want to go back to talk about Lakeith Stanfield in this movie. Because I thought, like, I don't know what it is, but like does well with he does a lot of good work with his acting. He does really good, and like his character in this was like, really adds to the frantic feeling of this movie because it's like, oh man, Katie has the what was it? It was the gem. Oh, you talking about the ring first? Yeah, first the ring, then with the gem that that Adam Sandler had, and it was just like. First, it was like, dang, well, who really got it? Does KG have it? KD. Oh my goodness. Does KG have it? Does is the Keith Stanfield's character really just holding it off? Like, was it a setup the whole time? Like, what's going on? Like you know, it's kind of. But then too, like in like, let's just say the world of basketball, like, what if he wasn't able to get it back right then and there? So he's like, bro, you know, pretty much like trying to push it off a little bit. Yeah, but then it kind of seemed like it was just a lot of playing around, especially with the Keith Stanfield's character. Yeah. Just like, hey, I'm just gonna do whatever and then not give it to you. So because I guess he was tired of the way he was treating him too, because they kind of had that confrontation. Yeah. Then he also had confrontation with other, employees as well. So, like how was he really treating people? Yeah. So I was thinking about that as well. And then the part where they had him hanging out the window, I was like, oh, he's gonna fall.
Oh, now you know. Here's another nitpick. How are the people on the ground now looking up to figure out what was going on?
Bro,
he was hanging out of a window.
Think about it. In New York, you mind your business. That's just the truth.
I mean, they were standing right under him though. Like,
that's just the truth.
So at the most, y'all wouldn't even looked up.
Bro, I don't think I would have looked up. I mind my business. I check my surroundings, front and back. I mind my business.
Like you wouldn't even took like 2 steps to like the opposite side, just in case
if I had to worry about nothing coming from the above me, I mind my business.
No,
like I said, I would check my surroundings always. The front of me, the back of me, like I'm supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do. Check your surroundings at all times. But I don't think in your surroundings is natural just to be, oh my God, what's going on up here? Is a plane gonna follow me? Is a bird gonna poo on me? Like nobody's doing that.
I mean, no one's worried.
But you worried about a person walking up on you though.
Yeah.
Or walking by you. So yeah. That's New York right there. Anybody from New York know that?
Well,
I'm just saying. You would think that Jersey does that too, but I guess it's just New Yorkers.
I mean, I don't know how many people get hung out of windows around New Jersey.
I'm just saying in general though. Like if I
haven't hung around Camden that much.
I'm just saying if I'm walking on the street, I'm just paying attention. Like I said, you don't notice I always be checking behind me and stuff. Like you got the man who you don't know who gonna walk up on you. You gotta. I want to turn too quick. Okay, but I check my surroundings at all times. You have to. Mm-hmm.
I mean, with that, I would have at least looked up if I knew something, or at least took like a
couple
steps over. But how
are you gonna know?
He was yelling out the window. He was yelling when he was like hanging out the window. He was yelling. If anything, I'd have took 2 steps to the opposite side.
First of all,
or I just walked off because, I hear someone hanging out of a window above me. I don't want to look up, but I do want to walk away.
They could be screaming out the window. You don't know what they're doing. They could have their head out the window just screaming, or they could just have the window open and scream. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I'm minding my business.
Okay. Well, okay, that makes sense, I guess.
And when he was handing old girl the money, I was like, Lord, what if he drops it?
Oh no, that was pretty sly though.
Yeah.
That was pretty sly. Let's see. We already talked about our thoughts going into this pretty much. I already had what's it? What is the word I'm looking for? I already had intel that this movie was as tense as it was and was good as it was. I already knew about.
Tense for me though, I was just like, okay, he owed this. I just wanted to see if he was gonna be able to get the money. It was
the way it was moving, like the pace of, like I don't know. I felt it. I felt the urgency. I felt it. Especially
I just felt it at the end. Like I said, at the
end. The end is where I felt it the most. So I was like, oh. So
and then, like I said, the way I was like, what?
Yeah, the way that happened, I was like.
But then I was thinking too, like, how you gonna get y'all money? But it's not like they can't.
I was waiting for the for someone to try to shoot their way out of the thing and then the bullet just ricochet because he already said.
Oh yeah.
I was waiting for that, but
that would have been a good.
That would have been wild.
Yeah.
That would have been wild.
Yeah. Cause like I said, Phil was fed up with him. He was just done.
Mm-hmm.
And they was hot in there too.
Yeah, they really were.
It was
being stuck in there.
But I wonder why he just didn't. I mean, I know why he just didn't let him out, but at the same time, why he just didn't let him out. I mean, they had their phones, they had all this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I'm kind of thinking that the end would have been different if he'd have just let him out.
They probably still would have got him though.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
He probably would have done something else with the money that would have put him behind again because he ended up walking out like millions of dollars, like about over $1 million.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But knowing his character, he probably would have.
I think he probably would have just paid him off though, like just to get rid of him. But then my whole thing is like he thought that he had time. He thought that nothing was gonna happen to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like that says a lot too. Like I said, you can only account for your own actions. You can't account for what somebody else gonna do.
Mm-hmm, true,
and he thought he had time. I'm putting this off. I'm gonna get this money. I got this money. They knew you had the other money too.
Yeah,
all the time.
And it's crazy how many people were after him for money too.
Because he would borrow money from this person to do this with this person, and I'm gonna give you a little bit, I owe you 100,000. Take that watch off. So pretty much.
Yeah. That was. I mean, it was a good movie. I definitely think it was a good movie.
See,
let's see. Let's
So I mean, it's crazy, but I mean, he didn't know what was going on. Old boy probably like, yeah, he got us trapped in here. So what you want me to do? He's like, bro, just off him. I'm tired of him.
Yeah.
Because I don't recall the lead thug, and I'm gonna say thug. I don't recall him calling the man back to say he's doing this with the money. Because I think at that point they just didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like I said, all these promises and stuff. Like I'm tired of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see your point. Rob Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's actually what this entire movie really was. Though it was like if Rob Peter to pay Paul was a movie. That's what Uncut Gems is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I mean, what's something that stood out to you? What was your favorite part of this movie?
The end.
Yeah, I agree. I concur. Again, for me, it was the tension. I mean,
and they pretty much had him playing like a dirty old man too on the low.
Yeah.
That's I was thinking about that. Like, okay, like I said, from the Adam Sandler movies I saw, like Little Nicky and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, they got him being an adult here. So,
which again is good. I like when I like especially when comedians do like those really serious roles. It doesn't work for everybody. I can name several it doesn't always work for, but the ones that it works for, it really works, and it's really good. And then it kind of makes you wish they go back to doing a little comedy because they take their serious acting too seriously. I can name a few, but I won't.
$19 million budget didn't look like it. But I mean, it is filmed in New York, so
I can see that some of that $19 million might have came from locking down KG.
Yeah,
might have. And then you got executive producers like Martin Scorsese, who again is like part of the Hollywood elite. So like, really renowned producer of movies. So like, he probably had a pretty hefty price tag for something. But yeah, I do agree. Like some of the cinematography, even with the cinematography, it doesn't look like it costs that much really to do.
Yeah.
It kind of looked.
Did they lose any of the money they were flaunting? Did somebody steal it?
Maybe with NBA licensing too.
Oh yeah.
To get the licensing for some of these games. Yeah.
Damn you, NBA.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't.
I get it though. I mean, you got to make money somehow.
Yeah, because I can't really see any other.
Because if they played particular music, and then The Weeknd was in there as well. I almost forgot.
Yeah. The Weeknd was in here. So Abel
getting
probably,
in a fight with him.
But Abel probably asked for a pretty pretty high price.
But you know what was funny though? When Adam Sandler went to fight The Weeknd, and they all jumped back like, bro, what? That was funny.
Don't fuck with Abel.
I almost forgot about The Weeknd.
Don't fuck with Abel. Abel will fuck you up.
So she was pretty much like a prostitute's girlfriend. Cause she was like, no touching us, or whatever she was saying. So she could have been a high-end escort.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I can. Because
she was like, you knew the lifestyle I was in before, whatever. So
yeah. And
then, like I said, just watching it, he's pretty with The Weeknd thing. She was like, pretty much, something about touching or what. I can't remember word for it.
Yeah, the no touching and everything. Yeah. That's
So that's the thing, huh? Sign me up.
It's a thing until it becomes traumatizing.
It's a thing until you get locked up.
Don't end up on that side of Twitter. So do you think anything might have hurt the film?
Like I said, just
any
my
dislikes?
Just my opinion of what I anticipated Adam Sandler to act.
That hurts the film?
No. It hurt the film for me because, like I said, it took the attention of what the film was actually about.
Okay.
To focus on.
I see.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of was like, I need to rewatch it.
I guess that would be a flaw with a lot of comedians who suddenly do like a serious movie, you thinking, oh, I'm going for a comedy.
And
Again,
it's
that kind of that's kind of like that.
But my
movie,
whole thing is like, it wasn't even the fact that I was anticipating it to be a comedy because, like I said, you know, Netflix plays the whatever it's called.
Yeah,
what they
the
call
clips.
The clips.
Clips from a movie. You see a trailer for a movie.
So they play that on the screen, and I'm just looking at him like, can you make me believe that, you know, you're this character, you're this particular person in this role? And like I said, my mind at first was like, I don't want to believe it. Or like I said, it's still a little iffy for me. I can see what he was trying to, you know, embody the role. Like, to me, it wasn't as natural as I feel it could have been. And that's why I said, well, let me, you know, go back and watch it again. And like I said, even just watching a little clip, and you know, I watched a clip a couple of times. I mean, it pops up on Netflix when you go to the thing. So I'm just like, I think. So, I mean, that's what it was for me. And like I said, it was like the actors in the movie were good. They were good actors and actresses in the movie, you know, to accompany him. And that makes the movie too. Mm-hmm. Because he pretty much didn't have to hold down the movie. Yeah. Because he had good actors in there as well. And they held down their parts. Mm-hmm. And like in some movies, you have like the well-noted actor pulling the whole movie. Mm-hmm. And that didn't happen. Like, and I'm gonna go back and say, like with 101 Dalmatians, you had Cruella de Vil, Glenn Close pulling the whole movie. Like in this particular, so in this one, it wasn't him pulling the movie. Everybody did their role. Everybody played their part. Everybody did what they embodied their character. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, if I had to say if one was lacking, I would say Adam Sandler. I would, but he did well in this role based off of other roles that he's had. Mm-hmm. So I can say that you can see where he's like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to embody it. But to say he 100% embodied it, I'm not going to give him a whole 100. I might give him like an 80. Because like I said, he put a lot of effort, maybe 80 to 85, you know. What is that, a B plus? I don't know, plus, minus, whatever.
Yes, it's a B plus, you overachiever.
So whatever, but he did well. I might give him an A minus. What's the A minus? You know what? Isn't like a B plus and A minus about the same thing? I don't know. I just know I need a high, like a 97 or something, 97 to 100.
Give them the 92% they got on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's because the other actors and actresses as well, they pulled their part. Mm-hmm. Like I said, if you want to talk about the movie overall and what it was based on, mm-hmm. it was a good little plot. Like I said, they tried to hype. Like I wasn't, like I said, the people was like, oh wow. I was just like, I want to be able to pay the money back. Yeah. Like I said, the end was a twist for me or whatever. Okay. Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, he proved it. But like I said, he's been proving it and been making the money before. So are you willing to give my money back this time? Yeah. And like I said, then they got fed up. Like, you pretty much holding me hostage now. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't. But then, you know what I'm thinking though? Even if he didn't say kill him, people like, you know, I'm just gonna steal the stuff out of here. So that's your money back right there. Mm-hmm. That way you got to worry about him no matter what your problem. So like I said, who knows what was being said on the phone? Because I mean, even with the closed captioning on, that's not a part of. They didn't really, you know, focus on like the background noise. Okay. So yeah, well, I mean, what you thought? I didn't
really have. I mean, a lot of my dislikes really come from maybe a couple of things that I would have liked to have explained a little more, but I mean, that's pretty much it. Like maybe some like relationships between especially like with Howard and Arnold, with Adam Sandler's character and Arnold, like just because like.
But what other relationship did you want to know outside? Okay, yeah, he's sitting there with him, but you understand that this is a man that he owes money to. Like that's a noted relationship right there. He owes this man.
I mean, money. I guess maybe just like a.
And then, like I said, this is during the span of like how many days?
So I mean, like. It's just like, little nitpicks. Like I don't have like any like strong dislikes. Like I thoroughly enjoyed this film. Really, I mean I don't have really any actual like dislikes towards it. Just like small nitpicks. But again, like when I look at like you said, like when you look at the amount of time that's passing in the film, and you realize like this is over the course of a few days. It's like, okay, well, I mean, we're kind of just dropped into this man's last foray in life, his last moments in life. So, I mean, just knowing that, it was like, well, we don't need to know everything. We don't need to be given a lot of exposition when the goal of a movie is to make you feel tense and to tell a very tight knit story, and that's what it does. So, I mean, with all that, I don't have any dislikes.
Like I said, the focus was pretty much on
my other
gambling.
nitpick though is all that zooming in of a freaking gem. It goes into the gem and you just spend like 5 minutes at the end surfacing through the gem, and I'm like, wow, what's going to happen on the other side of this? And it goes
Discovery
right
Channel
to the credits.
Hey, is this Discovery Channel?
It just goes right to the credits. I'm like, oh, so nothing happened, which I'm going to hold firm to the belief that was a part of the tension. Like, okay, you still feel tense from this, and here's a little something. Is something going to happen?
You know how I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the scientific realm. So, of course, now we're going through the breakdown of the gem, the chemicals, and the tied into how we're going into the colonoscopy.
No, I'm talking about the end.
But it was the same thing from the beginning. Like, it was a natural...
Okay, the poetry of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even how they went into, I don't want to say what happened at the end.
I get you.
But even how they zoomed into that, like I said, the cellular makeup and biology, like the beginning and the end, how they ended the movie, I'm like, why are you even doing that?
Yeah.
So it was like,
I mean, they
could have left that out.
It makes well for poetry, but especially it's like coming off of a roller coaster and then like you're still like riding on the roller coaster. Like, can I get off?
If they were
There's no loops. There's no loop-de-loops.
But you know what though? When you think about it, the beginning of the movie, it pretty much went from like the mineral portion of the gem, like, into a biological, and from the end of the movie went to a biological back into like a mineral. So that can pretty much say,
like an ashes to ashes dust.
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you think about it like that, that was smart. If you think about
poetic.
It like that, yeah,
it's poetic. Yeah, it was a good film. I mean, it was good. It was really good.
Bro, steal me some of that jewelry.
It was good.
Maybe it cost so much because they didn't give back some of the jewelry. Somebody on set stole the jewelry.
No, budgets are approved before movies made. But a $19 million approved budget is. I mean, I guess it can make sense for this movie. I mean, like I said, most of that was probably for like actors. And then how the end was
with the other guys, I kind of want to say that he just was fed up and just was like, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah.
It could have just been a setup for, not like I said, for the girl. Make sure you out there and get that money. But then too, like I said, since like it leaves you thinking, did they ever catch the girl with the money? Because if that was your bargaining for your boss, how's your boss? Gonna look at you now like you pretty much, you said you can give me all this money, and I could have been working this man pretty much, Adam Sandler, this mule, and milking him.
True.
And if you'd have just done what you were supposed to do, then I could have had at least my money or known where it was. So that was like, that's like a hip clank, what is it, cliffhanger?
I wouldn't really say it's a cliffhanger. I would say it's pretty much just a loose thread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But does it call for another movie? It does not.
No.
No.
So, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I think we pretty much covered this well. What would you give it on 5 stars? 1 to 5?
I give it a 4.
I give it a 4. I give it a 5. Give it a 5. I really enjoyed this film.
I will watch. I will watch it again just to be able to pay attention to more things.
This is definitely on my list of movies to help substitute and fill the gap of action movies that I'm trying to definitely get rid of and hashtag support smaller films.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really like this one. So I give it 5. I give it 5 stars.
I keep biting this time on my lip. It looks crazy.
Don't point it out.
Bro, it looks.
Yeah, I think. So I mean that's all we have. So definitely thank you guys for tuning in to another installment of Brick Wall Reviews. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're just tuning in and are seeing us talk about this movie and are like, wow, I wonder what they said about this movie before I tuned in, then we're going to have this on YouTube immediately after, so you guys can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share them. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely keep on with the support.
Any suggestions, please let us know. Like I said, share.
Yeah, definitely share these videos, share our page, share info. Go talk to your friends and tell them, hey, look up these two cool people who do reviews on the internet, and they're called Brick Wall Reviews, and they're going to do a lot of cool stuff coming up in the future. So definitely keep.
Got the shirt on.
Yeah, the anime.
I don't mean, I know anime, they be jiggling on things. I ain't trying to jiggle. That's what I'm trying to see.
No, it's part of the marketing. We're starting marketing right now. That's marketing.
This is not marketing. This is food right now.
This is marketing.
Food.
Food is marketing. So yeah, definitely thank you guys. We're gonna
we appreciate your support.
Yeah, we're gonna be announcing things soon, so definitely, stay tuned and keep being cool people, and definitely keep protesting. Keep protesting peacefully.
And stay safe while you're doing it.
Stay safe.
Remember to wear your mask.
Remember, this world is changing at rates hitherto unseen. And we just want you guys to remember to stay safe, stay wise, and stay focused on the goals that you want to accomplish. And
the goal at hand. The goal at hand.
Yes,
that's
the goal at hand.
And we're not trying to dwell too much into this, because this can go on and on with me forever if I start talking about this. But just stay safe while you're protesting. Remember what you're standing up for. Remember what we are fighting for. There's different ways. If you're not able to go out there to protest, send your prayers, send your love, send your support. If you can financially assist anybody or assist any cause, then do so. There's multiple ways to support a cause. Like I said, prayer is a lot. Mm-hmm. It's a lot. So keep the prayers up. Like I said, those out there protesting, stay safe. Always check your surroundings. Be aware. Be smart. Move strategically. Remember, this is chess, not checkers. It's chess. So, thank those who have been out there on the front lines. Mm-hmm. And like I said, even if you are not able to get out there for whatever reason, like I said, it does not hurt to send up a word of prayer. Like I said, financial support, assistance, just a positive thinking, positive, intentions, and a mindset goes a long way. Even sharing statuses to let people know that you are in support of. Like I said, we have a common goal right now. Let's not make anybody take us away from this common goal, because it's very important, and it can be life-changing for our children. For our children, they should not have to go through this when they are our age. This is for our children. So if you can't do it for anybody else, if you're stuck on your own opinion and cannot see past the common goal, your child should not know or feel the impact of racism at all. We shouldn't feel the impact of racism at all, but we are right now. Crazy. You see that, right? You see it? Anyway, it's just, some things just crazy. And so I'm just going to say, this is our cause. This is what we need to do right now. Just stay doing it, be smart doing it, and, protect yourself at all costs. This is for our children, for their children. This is for the legacies that we're trying to have and create. So, let's do this. Let's do it. And with that being said, we hope you all have a good night. We hope that you continue to like, share, Sorry if I offend anybody, because I don't care. I don't. Sorry, I don't care. So, as I can go on and on about, I'm trying to keep it real short and sweet. But like I said, we got some upcoming projects, and thank you for being supportive of us, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
See ya.